Sadguru Vande Shri Krishna Tadanantaram Guru Papatmana Trata Shri Krishnas Tvamalātmana Cheto Darpanamarjana Bhavamaha Davavinirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivan Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan Namah Kamalana Namah Kamalamaline Namah Kamalpada Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmana Vidhati Purvam Yo Vevedasya Prahinoti Tasmai Tadvanga Devamatma Buddhi Prakasha Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. आदरणीय पंडितगण, प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, revered pundits, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. It's a great pleasure for me to be here again in the Umbilo Temple, Mandir, to join with you in spiritual enlightenment, devotion. As customary, we'll chant the name of the Lord, the glories, for a few minutes, following which we will hear some talk, spiritual talk. Did you get the booklets come? Please turn to page 1313. मेरे नंद नंदन मेरे नंद नंदन अपना बना ले मेरे नंद नंदन मेरे नंद अपना बना ले मेरे नंद मेरे नंदन अपना बना ले मेरे नंदन Everyone is suffering in the world. Dukhi hai. Stress, tension, manas rog, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, plus physical, sharirik, fever, pain, headache, COVID, plus suffering inflicted upon us by others, insult, abuse, animals, insect, plus suffering inflicted upon us by the forces of nature. Too much rain, too much sun, too cold, etc. The reason for all our suffering, we have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that I am the soul, Atma. Identifying with the physical body from beginningless time. We have been searching for happiness, wanting happiness. Sukha, Anand. From when? Beginningless time. Dwa suparna sirja sakhaya samanam briksham parikasa jate tayuranya pipalam swadat nashnan nanyo abhishakashiti Shweta Shvataropanishad chapter 4 verse 6. The Vedas say, just as God, the supreme power, is unborn, eternal, beginningless, we, the individual soul, are unborn, eternal, beginningless. And we have always been searching for one thing only: happiness, sukh, anand. Why? Because we are a fraction of happiness. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Mamaivansho jiva loke jiva bhutah sanatana. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. The Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal, sanatan, fractions of myself, the Lord says. Ved Chinmatram Shri Hariransham Suksham Aksharam Avyam Krishna Adhinam Tiprahu Jivam Jnana Gunashayam Ved. The Vedas say Jivatma, individual soul, is a part, fraction, ansh of God. And who is God? What is God? The Vedas say, Raso vai sahara sakvam evayam labdva nandi bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 2, verse 7. The Vedas say God is ras, bliss, happiness. Whether we say happiness or we say Brahm, God, Paramatma, Bhagavan, they are two names for one and the same entity. And it's a natural law that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and want to become one with it. All rivers naturally flow to the ocean, being a fraction of the ocean. All flames of fire naturally rise upwards, being a fraction of the sun. In the same way, we, the individual souls, being eternal part, fraction of God, Sri Krishna, naturally love and want only God. Not using the word God to refer to any special name or form. The supreme power, some call Ram, some call Krishna, some call Shiv, some Sham. Different name. One supreme power. So we've always been searching. And yet we have not found even the tiniest drop of happiness, even once, even a dream. Why? We have been looking in the wrong place. Just as moths haul themselves into the flame of fire and die, in the same way, we throw ourselves into this material world, into sensual pleasures, looking for happiness there, until crippled and cheated we die. Because there is none. The whole reason is ignorance, agyan. What is the ignorance? Main kaam bhul gaya. We have forgotten who I am, who we are. And what has made us forgotten? Something called Maya. I'm sure you've heard of something called Maya. Even in the Western world, people hear something called Maya. Mostly, when asked what is Maya, people say Maya is an imagination of the mind. Mithya. Especially the Advaita philosophers, non-dualists. They say Maya is an imagination of the mind. But when we ask the saints and sages, Tulsidas says, Sodasi Raghubir ki. No, Maya is not an imagination of the world, of the mind. This world is real. It's the power of God. the highest authority in the Vedas. The Vedas are saying, Maya prapakritim vidyan mainam tu Maheshwaram tasyaveva bhutaistu vyaptam sarvamidam jagat. Shvetashvatara chapter 4 verse 10. Maya is the power of God. Mainam tu Maheshwaram. Parasa shakti vividhaiva shruyate swabhaviki jnana kriyacha. Shvetashvatara chapter 6 verse 8. Maya is the power of God. Thousands of mantras. Ved mantras. Bhagavad Mahapuran too says, Tasya padam jadhyana dustara sutara bhavet. Maya is the power of God. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Daivi hesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya. Chapter 7 verse 14 Gita. Shri Krishna says Maya is not an illusion. It's a divine power. Daivi hesha. Our mama maya, Mary Maya. He says a power that belongs to him. It's his power. And since God is real, then Maya, his power has to be real. And the Ramayana. Sodasi Raghubir ki samujhay mithya sopi chutay naram kripa bin nath kahu padropi. Let's try to understand this thing called Maya a little bit. In the Ramayana, when the Lord Sri Ram was banished for 14 years, once while sitting in Chitrakoot, brother Lakshman, saw it as a good opportunity to question. We have to ask questions. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Tad virpranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshati te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. Chapter 4 verse 34. Shri Krishna says, Arjun, if you are so fortunate, great fortune, to meet someone who is jnaninaha plus tattva darshina. Jnaninaha means one who has complete knowledge. Not only Gita, not only Bhagavad, not only Ramayana, all the Vedas, all the Puranas, all the scriptures. And he is able to remove our doubts. Jnanina. But even more important, Tattva Darshinaha. He has seen God, attained the divine knowledge, divine bliss, divine vision. If someone is so fortunate to meet such a guru, bona fide saint, what to do? Tat virit pranipate. Pranipate means complete surrender. Completely surrender to him. Surrender the mind, the intellect. Number 2, pariprashnena. Ask him question. Not to see how much he knows or to show how much you know. Sometimes we read a little bit here and there and we think we know everything. We meet someone and we decide to show how much we know or want to see how much he knows. We want to have an argument. We want to do Shastrarth. No. Shri Krishna says, Pariprashnena. Asks with an inquisitive mind, a desire to know. With the feeling I don't know. Not because we read a little bit here and there, we know. The scriptures are divine. Tulsidas Maharaj says, Bhagavad Rasik, Rasik ki baate, Rasik bina ko samujh sakena, Khag jane, khag hi kai bhakha. Just as a bird alone can understand the language of another bird, in the same way, only a true, genuine saint, one who has attained God realization, can understand what is written by another saint. To understand Gita, we have to be Arjun, Vedavyas. To understand Ramayana, we have to become Tulsidas, Valmiki. To understand Bhagavad Mahapuran, we have to become Vedavyas. The scripture says, Acharyavan Purusho hi Ved. Go to the Acharya, the one who has attained God. Let him tell you what's written in the scripture. You're going to read by yourself, you're going to get totally confused. So ask with a genuine interest to know, with the feeling I don't know. This is why Shri Krishna is saying Pariprashnena. And number 3, Sevaya. Do his seva, serve him. Tan man dhan. Serve him physically. Cook food, wash clothes, clean the ashram. Man, follow his instructions that touch your heart, your mind to him. Dhan, use your wealth to do seva. If we do that, he will give us the knowledge of God. So yes, we have to ask, but we have to ask from the right person. When you ask from the wrong person, instead of our doubts being removed, we'll get more confused. So Lakshman, who better to ask? Prabhu Shri Ram. Lakshman asks, what is Maya? Bhagwan Shri Ram answered and said, there are 2 kinds of Maya. Do prakar ki Maya. Tehi kar bhed sunahu tum do. Vidya apar avidya do. 2 kinds of Maya. Vidya Maya, avidya Maya. Sarupa Varika Maya, Guna Varika Maya. Many names. What is it to Maya? So the word Vidya, avidya. If you use a dictionary, as most people do, many people have done translation of Ramayana, etc. They use Kosh, dictionary. You'll make a total mess. This is what Western philosophers have done. They have taken our Vedas, etc. and taken dictionary and translated. Remember, scriptures are divine, especially Veda. Every word has thousands of meanings. To understand Veda, you have to be divine. For example, at one place in Vedas, God is called Akash. Akash means sky, space. At one place, God is called Agni. Agni means fire. At one place, God is called Purush. Purush means man. At one place, God is called Devata. Devata means celestial being, demigod. How are we going to understand? We'll get, and this is what happens. And then we read this English book that translated by English people, and we think this is the correct thing. Because we don't know Sanskrit. And plus we don't have spiritual experience. We don't go to the divine saint, the Guru. So, what is Vidya? Avidya. It doesn't mean ignorant and knowledgeable Maya. No. The Vedas say, Dva Ajam Ekam Lohit Shukla Krishnam Bahavi Prajaha Srijamanam Swarupaha Ajo Heko Jushamanu Shete Jahatenam Bhukta Bhoga Majonya. Shvetashvatara chapter 4, verse 5. This Veda mantra says Maya has three colors: Safed, Lal, Kala. White colored Maya, red colored Maya, black colored Maya. White represents Sattva-guni Maya, Sattva-gun. Red represents Rajogun. And black represents Tamogun. So Maya has three qualities: Sattva-gun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Now, Sattva-gun alone, the quality Sattva-gun, that is Vidya Maya. And Rajogun plus Tamogun combined, that is Avidya Maya. This is the meaning of Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. Guna Varika Maya, Swarupa Varika Maya, etc. What does this two Maya do? Shri Ram says to Lakshman, Ek rachai jag guna bas jaake Prabhu prerit nahi nij bal taake. Vidya Maya, Sattva Gun Maya, Guni Maya creates the world. The outer world, that world we see around us. Mountain, valleys, animals, birds, ocean, human beings, etc. And Avidya Maya, Ek dushta atisaya dukha rupa Jabas jiva paro bhava kupa. Avidya Maya governs us, the individual souls. That Maya has made us forgotten who we are. This is the source of all pain. Atisaya dukkha rupa is the form of extreme pain and suffering. Jabas jiva paro bhava kupa. It controls the individual soul and makes us fall into this bhava coop, this ocean called sansar, the world, in which we keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. Akar chari lakh chaurasi yoni brahmat yah jiva avinasi. God, Prabhu Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, the Jivatma, the individual soul, is Avinashi, indestructible, eternal, beginningless. But it keeps rotating in 8.4 million forms of life because of ignorance. Because we don't know who we are. We identify with the physical body. We get attached to the material world, and because of that we keep rotating. So, there are two different worlds created by two different Maya. The outer world we see around us is created by Vidya Maya. But there's another world, the inner world of our mind, our thoughts and ideas. That world is created by Avidya Maya. And the outer world we see around us is almost insignificant when compared to the inner world of the mind. We all have dreams. Huh? In our dreams, we do the most impossible things. Jump over the highest mountain, fly over the biggest ocean, etc. Now, The outer world we see around us, which comprises of the five elements, Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu, Akash, earth, water, fire, air, space, and the respective products, is real. Satyam Bhutamayam Jagat Mahabharat. Why? Satyat Bhutani Jatani Sthavarani Cha Mahabharat. Because God created the world and God is real. Maya cannot do it by itself. Prabhu Prerit Nahi Nija Bal Take. Not by itself. Maya creates the world, not by itself, through the inspiration of God. Prabhu Prerit. For example, an axe, kulhari, is an inert object. It has no life, it's not conscious, but is used to cut down the biggest tree, chop down the biggest tree. Now does the axe cut the tree by itself? No. The hand takes the axe and cuts the tree. The hand gives the power. If the hand minuses the power, again the axe becomes non-conscious, useless. So in the same way, God empowers Maya to work. God plus Maya creates the world. That world is real. The inner world of the mind, on the other hand, is false. That is a false world. That is a Jagat Mithya. Why? Because we created the inner world of our mind and we in turn are governed by Maya. Now, the outer world we see around us, which is real, keeps one form, while the inner world of the mind keeps changing its form all the time. For example, two people see a diamond from far. Somewhere on the road, two men are walking, two men walking, and they see a shining diamond. Hey, that looks like a diamond. They start running, both of them. One was faster than the other, and he grabbed the diamond. He was extremely happy, while the other one was very sad. A third man came along. Hey, why are you so happy? I found this. And why are you sad? I didn't get that. Why be sad? It's only a stone. He who doesn't know what a diamond is gets neither the happiness nor sorrow of the diamond. It is a source of happiness to the one who knows and possesses it. On the other hand, it's a source of sorrow to the one who knows but is unable to possess it. Now the diamond is one, but it's the cause of three different feelings to three different individuals. From this, the diamond which God created, that world is real. The feelings in our mind created in each person towards the diamond, that world is false. Take another example. One woman is standing. One person looks at her and thinks, she's my mummy. Another person looks, oh, she's my wife. Another person looks, she's my daughter. Another person looks, she's my sister, bahan. Another person looks, she's my sweetheart. Now, the woman is one. But the feeling created in the heart of each individual is different. It varies from person to person. From this, the woman which God created and which remains in one form, that world is real. The feelings created in the heart of each individual towards her and which keeps changing, that world is false. So the world that God created is real. No Gyan, sannyasi, who claims that the world is an imagination of the mind, can do without it. You question the person, hey, you say you are a sannyasi, Babaji, you have renounced home, everything, but you eat the food cooked by others. Is that world real? You are saying that the world is a product of the mind. It's an imagination of the mind. If this, as you are saying, this roti, this rice, etc. is an imagination of the mind, why eat it? Give it up. Give it up. Anyone who lives in this world, whether he is sannyas, whether he is a worldly person living in the world, has to make use of the world. Saying the world is an imagination of the mind doesn't mean anything. If the world is an imagination of the mind, why are you eating the food of the world? Well, there are yogis in India who have renounced food. They've given up food. They sustain only on air. They breathe only air. That air, Vayu, is one of the elements of the world. It's the world. Give it up. Well, there are yogis who have given up air also. Haven't done pranayam, they sit in samadhi. Where they're sitting on the earth. How can you make use of the earth of the world? Give it up. Well, there are sannyasis who have even given up the earth, they wander in space. Akash, space is also the world. Give it up. Leave all of that. This body you have. This Shree is made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. First, if the world is false, give it up. Give up the body. Then speak. Even that Jivan Mukt Paramhans, who has realized, I am the soul Atma, has to make use of the world. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, who said the world is false, he wrote many books that we read today. Where did he get the pen, paper, and ink from? You are saying the world is false, an imagination of the mind, while I, a material person, is saying, no, it's okay. You see the world filled with God, while I see it filled with matter. But the world exists for both of us. So, these two worlds are created by 2 forms of Maya. So there's an outer world and an inner world. A gross world and a subtle world. And it's important to understand both of them. Now, if someone can somehow destroy the inner world of the mind, if somehow we can get rid of the inner world of the mind, the outer world will no longer be a danger. The whole aim of spirituality is to destroy the inner world of the mind. Not the outer world. The outer world is no danger. Bharata hi hoi naraj mad vidhi hari har pad paya kabahuk kaji kshikarani kshira siddhu binusai. For an individual like Bharat, the younger brother of Bhagwan Sri Ram, whose inner world has been destroyed, there's no danger. Even if he's given the position of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv. Harihara Padapa, Vidhi Harihara Padapa. So if somehow we can get rid of the inner world of the mind, avidya maya. Now, suppose the question comes. We get rid of the outer world. What happens? There's a big, big danger. There's no guarantee of the inner world finishing as well. In fact, it only increases. For example, let's suppose someone's son has gone to a foreign country to study or to work. You're living in South Africa and your child, your son or daughter has gone to England. For the time being, the outer world is non-existent. But mind you, the inner world continues to exist. And there are even rare instances of death due to separation where the attachment is too strong. So the outer world is no longer present, but the inner world is still there and it gets even stronger. Thought, the mind alone. The mind alone is the cause of the inner world. And when we keep thinking, it only gets strong. Let me give an example. Supposing a child were to ask for chocolate. Mommy, I want a chocolate. Mommy, I want. Now, if it is not readily available, okay, my daughter, my son, okay, beta, I will get a chocolate, but I have to go to the grocery later. There's no chocolate right now. After a while, the child may tend to maybe even forget about the chocolate. But supposing the child knows there's chocolate in the cupboard, and the child can see the cartoon, the desire for the chocolate increases and it becomes almost impossible to control the child until he gets the chocolate. So the inner world, in contact with the outer world, gets stronger. This is why it is important to understand the relationship, the difference between the inner world and the outer world and the relationship between the two. As I said, Maya is the mother of both the inner world as well as the outer world. There are two Maya. How do we become free from Maya? Bhagwan Krishna says in the Gita, Daivi Hisha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metantarantite. Chapter 7 verse 14 Gita. Shri Krishna says, hey, Jnani, this Maya is not an illusion, but a power, divine power, Devi Hisha, that belongs to Shri Krishna. It is His power. So no one, no Jnani, Rishi, Muni, Yogi can become free from Maya by their own strength, their own effort. How to become free? Mame vaye prapadyante. The word ev means only. Prapadyante means complete surrender. Shri Krishna says, only the one who completely surrenders to Him can become free from Maya. Look, Maya is His power, the power of Bhagwan, and this is His condition. All the scriptures tell us, only when God will shower His grace. In other words, only when Bhagwan will say to Maya, okay Maya, leave this one now. they are mine, then Maya will go. I go to the Ramayana. सोदासी रघुबीर की समुझै मिथ्या सोपी छूटै न राम कृपा बिनु नाथ कहु पद रूपी. Maya, as Tulsidas Ji Maharaj said, Maya is a dasi, the maid servant. In other words, the power of God. It's not an imagination of the mind. And only when God will shower His grace, Rama Kripa Binu, only when He will shower His grace, we'll become free from Maya. Nath Jiva Tav Maya Moha So Nistarahi Tumari Hi Choha Mudha Bhed Yadyapi Krita Maya Binu Hari Jayana Koti Upaya. Without God's grace, we can try uncountable targeeb, tricks and tactics. Maya is not going to let go of us by just saying it's false, an imagination of the mind. Only when God will shower His grace. But as I mentioned, the non-dualists, the Gyanis, they don't accept something called Maya. They say it's an imagination of the mind. They say we don't accept Tulsidas' philosophy. Maya is a maid servant of God. We don't accept that philosophy. If you start talking about Jagat Guru Shankaracharya philosophy, then we accept. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya also says Maya is an imagination of the mind. He says, just as someone is walking in the dark, there's a piece of rope lying in the dark, and he mistakes it for snake. In the same way, we have become confused and formed the illusion of Maya. First to begin, we have to ask Jagat Guru Shankaracharya very respectfully, "Oh Jagat Guru, where did you get the rope from? Is that real?" Jagat Guru, the Vedas tell us, this world is made of three things. Teen Tattva. The world comprises of three things. Brahm, Jeev, Maya. God, the individual soul, Maya. Shankaracharya accepts only one entity, Brahm, supreme power. Because as far as he is concerned, Maya doesn't exist. And the individual soul is also God. Aham Brahmasmi. I am God. He says, just as a seashell is mistaken for silver in the dark, you walk in the dark, silver, just seashell, you think is silver. And the deer mistakes the flying sand in the midday sun of the desert for water, that mirage. In the same way, we have become confused and formed the illusion of Maya. After Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, he came long time, BC. Long while afterwards, Tulsidas Ji Maharaj came, who wrote the Ramayana. Tulsidas Ji heard the philosophy that Jagat Guru Shankaracharya said, the world is mithya, an imagination of the mind. So Tulsidas said, "Arey bhaiya, what is this? Anyhow, I'm not going to argue with Shankaracharya, he is Mahapurush. But I want to say something." Okay, Tulsidas, what you say? Rajat si pamahu bhas jini jatha bhanu karvari jadapi mishati hu kal soi brahmana sakai kotari. Tulsidas ji says, I'm not going to argue with Shankaracharya, but in time, after some time, you will realize that this is only a seashell, it is not silver. In time you will realize that this is only the flying sand in the midday sun. There is not water, it's a mirage. But no one. If you say that Maya is Brahm, an illusion, I'm not going to argue with that, but no one, not even Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, can destroy that illusion, if Maya is an illusion, by self-effort. So how is it going to be destroyed? Jasu kripa as brahma miti jai giri jasoi kripalu raghurai. I'm not going to argue, he says. If you say Maya is an illusion, okay, but even that illusion cannot be destroyed without Ram Kripa, without God's grace. And how are we going to get God's grace? We have to surrender. Doraseva Sharana Amahasya Rigved. The Vedas say, only the one who surrenders to God can attain the grace of God. God is saying, Te tva mada indramadayantu shushminam tu viradasam jaritra eko devatra dayase Rigved. God is saying in the Vedas, Rigved, the moment you surrender to me with complete faith, I will remove the ocean of Maya and give you supreme happiness, divine bliss. The whole aim is to surrender. We'll hear a little more, we'll chant a little bit and then we'll hear a little more. Page 26. Bhajan number 40. Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 तेरी माया ने भुलाया विधि बुद्धि राधे। तेरी माया ने भुलाया विधि बुद्धि राधे। मैं तो अति दीनहीन राधे 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 राधे। मैं तो अति दीनहीन राधे 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 राधे। राधे 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 राधे। राधे राधे राधे। राधे राधे गोविंद राधे। राधे राधे राधे। मैं तो भूला तेरी माया बस तो ही राधे। मैं तो भूला तेरी माया बस तो ही राधे। तूने तो भुलाया मोरी राधे 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 राधे। भुलाया मोरी राधे 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 राधे। राधे राधे राधे। राधे राधे राधे। ओ राधे राधे गोविंद राधे। राधे राधे राधे। तेरा सुत द्वार द्वार भीख मांगे राधे। मांगे भीख राधे। तेरे सुत द्वार द्वार भीख मांगे मांगे भीख राधे। मेरी भी लाज जाए राधे 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 राधे। माया मेरा पर्दा माया तेरा योग माया राधे। मेरा पर्दा माया तेरा योग माया राधे। ओ दोनों ही पर्दा हटा दे। राधे राधे राधे। दोनों ही पर्दा राधे राधे राधे। एक आधा मन अपनाया राधे, अपना कृपालु को भी राधे, राधे राधे राधे, राधे 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 राधे, राधे 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 राधे, राधे 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 राधे, राधे 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 राधे। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Very briefly, one question. A lot of people say self-realization is God realization. I'm sure you've heard. This is said in English, and many writers have also written. Many Babas, many people have written that, and people say self-realization is God realization. Is it so? No. The one who self-realized, remember I told you, there are two Maya. Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. When one gets rid of Avidya Maya, not in Kali Yuga, not ages, he realizes I am the soul, Atma. I am not the body. He has gone beyond Rajogun, Tamogun. That person goes in Samadhi. There's a very big happiness. The happiness the person experiences in Samadhi, that trance, meditational trance when he realizes I am the soul, Atma, no happiness in the world can compare. And because of that, the Jnani thinks I have attained everything. But he falls. As long as he is in Samadhi, he is safe. But the moment he opens his eyes, Vidya Maya will take hold and he is finished. A person is being chased by bees, honeybee. In order to escape being stung by the honeybee, he dives into a pond of water. He remains under the water, but the bees keep swarming above the water. How long is going to remain? He has to come up for air. The bee will sting him. Someone has committed some crime and the police starts chasing him. So he goes in the mountains somewhere in the deep forest and hides in a cave. For now he is safe. The police can't find him. But how long is going to remain? Eventually he comes out in the town to get food, etc., and the police catches him. That is the samadhi of the self-realized soul. It's only partial freedom. The Jnani falls. One of the best examples we have in Sanatan Dharma, Jar Bharat. Jar Bharat, topmost of Paramhans, self-realized. One day, Jar Bharat was sitting on the bank of the Gandaki Nadi, a river which is in Nepal, what we call Nepal today in India, doing sadhana. Suddenly a pregnant deer came to the same river to drink water. While he was drinking, a lion roared. The deer got so scared, thinking the lion was going to eat her up, jumped to save her life across the river. When she jumped, the baby that was in the womb fell out. She had a miscarriage. And the deer ran away. She went into a cave where, due to the exhaustion and the miscarriage, she eventually died. Now the baby deer started drowning in the water. Jar Bharat saw the whole thing. He dove into the water, took out the baby, resuscitated her, and started taking care of that baby deer. This is the Vidya Maya. He got attached to that deer. He would worry when the deer would go to eat. I hope a dog or a lion didn't eat her. He was doing some sadhana. The deer would come and start nuzzling up to him. He'll forget all his sadhana and start playing with her. Very attached. Eventually, Jar Bharat realized that the time was coming close for him to leave the world. He called all the disciples and told them, bring that deer. Please bring the deer. They brought the deer and he started playing with her and he said to all the disciples, this deer is very, very close to me. I love her so much. I'm about to die. Please take care of her. And while doing that, he left the body. He died. With the mind attached to the deer. Paramhans, to the highest state. He ruled the whole world without any attachment for 10 million years. One king. And because of the attachment to the deer, because his mind was attached to the deer, he remembered the deer. And Shri Krishna says in Gita, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajat tyante kalevaram tam tame vaiti kaunte sada tad bhava bhavita. Chapter 8 verse 6 Gita. When the life leaves the body, whatever we remember at that time, that's where we're going to go and become in the next life. And what we're going to remember? Where our mind is attached. So because Jar Bharat was attached to the deer, in the next life he was born as a deer. It's written in Bhagavad. So that Jnani falls again and again, self-realized. Shri Krishna makes it clear in the Gita, he says, Brahma bhuta prasannat panashochati na kakshati samah sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. Chapter 18 verse 54 Gita. Brahma bhut means self-realized. Paramhans. That self-realized soul is subject to downfall again and again until he does something. Until he does what? Bhakti. Mad bhaktim labhate param. In order to cross Vidya Maya, you have to do bhakti. This Sri Krishna is saying in Gita, Devi Hesha Gunamayi Maya. He's talking about Vidya Maya. To cross Vidya Maya, we have to completely surrender to God. Surrender means bhakti. Only bhakt, devotee surrender. Jnani doesn't surrender. Karmi doesn't surrender. Shri Krishna makes it clear in the Gita. He says, Bhaktya mamame janati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tato gyata vishati tadanantaram. Chapter 18 verse 55 Gita. Without bhakti, the path of loving God, no one can attain Brahma Gyan, knowledge of God. So the highest aim is Brahma Gyan, God realization, not self-realization. The self-realized soul has only crossed one Maya, Avidya Maya. There's another Maya, Vidya Maya, Sat to Good. And to cross that Maya, that Paramhans who has realized I am the soul Atma has to come back and do Bhakti ABC. Do Bhakti from the beginning. Without Bhakti. So, self-realization is great. You have crossed Rajogun, Tamogun. That person goes in Samadhi, as I said, but he falls again and again. We have to cross Sattugun also, Vidya Maya. And for that we have to do bhakti. We have to completely surrender to God. So there's much more, but I think I will stop here. Don't want to go beyond the time. So I hope that we've understood a little bit about Maya and why we are suffering in the world, the root cause of all our suffering, the stress, tension, everything, Maya, and how to become free from Maya. We have to surrender to God. Alright, there's no other way. Mame vaye prapadyante maya metantarantite. Chapter 7 verse 14, Gita, everywhere. Veda saying, Gita, Bhagavad, everywhere is telling us, only the one who surrenders. Shri Krishna says, Mame vaye prapadyante maya me. Mame vaye prapadyante maya metantarantite. Mameva sharanam. Arjun, Udhav, only if you surrender to me will I shower my grace upon you. Only then you will become free from Maya. 11 Canto 12 chapter 15 verse. Too long to go into. As I said, I was finishing. But everywhere is telling us, to become free from Maya, we have to surrender to God. There's much more than how to surrender, etc. We'll hear some other time. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai